Thank you, Paul. Those Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies, something I may also be in recovery for soon. Is anyone in this room stressed out? Anybody? Maxed out? Overwhelmed? Has anyone in this room felt that recently? Raise your hands. Yeah. And as meeting professionals and meeting planners, you all have one of the most 5 stressful jobs in America. You're right up there with firefighters, enlisted military personnel, police, and airline pilots. You all are there to save the day, just like they are, and you come through. But it doesn't come without change. It doesn't come without uncertainties. It doesn't come with your 4-month-old having an 102 temperature the day of your big event. You all have tight budgets, tight deadlines, long hours, and change that is constant. That's life. Life is that roller coaster. We go up and we come down. But we have the power. They say there are 2 changes in life that are guaranteed. 2 things in life that are guaranteed. What are they? Death and taxes. And what's the third? Change. Change is that guarantee. And we're all going to face that. We're all going to have hard. We have got to learn to let go. I created a title for myself. I don't like change. How many of us do? I created a title called General Manager of, wait for it, the universe. Not just of Missouri, not just of the Midwest, but General Manager of the universe. I wanted to control everything. I had my 5-year plan. I had my 10-year plan. I knew when I was going to retire. I even wrote out my eulogy so no one would mess it up. Anybody there with me? Any other general managers in the audience? But what I learned was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer 16 years ago at the age of 30, when I went through my divorce, when I had business challenges, when I was dealing in the rough and tumble world of politics, talk about change, I had to learn to resign as general manager of the universe and let go of those things that I couldn't control. Everybody stand up. We need a little exercise. Stand up and repeat after me. I resign as general manager of the universe. I resign as general manager of the universe. One more time with meaning. I resign as general manager of the universe. You can sit down. Doesn't that feel good? We've got to learn to let go. And that's what I talk about. I talk about building resilience and dealing with change by letting go of those things that we can't control and resigning as general manager of the universe. I've created a series of 6 resilience boosters to help you and your teams and your organizations create the momentum to move forward. A lot of people talk about resilience. They talk about bouncing back. I don't want you to just bounce back. I want you to bounce forward, faster and further and stronger than you were before. Who's with me? Who's ready to bounce forward? So our resilience booster, our first resilience booster, is resigning and letting go. Because life will be that roller coaster. And life is about change. As a part of customizing each and every one of my keynotes, I ask when I'm having those conversations with clients, what are those struggles? What are those pain points? What are those challenges and changes that your people and your organization are facing? And this is what I come up with. Hundreds of changes, some expected, some unexpected. Some we have control of, some we don't. Regulatory, financial, legal challenges being forced upon us. But we have that power. And sometimes it's funny with change. We feel like it's Big Brother sitting there on our shoulder. And what happens? What happens when we get comfortable? What happens when we feel like life's going according to plan? Bam, the other shoe drops and change happens. The thing about change is we have a choice. We have a choice if we're going to let go of the negativity, if we're going to let go of the resistance, if we're going to close our eyes and fear, or if we're going to be the happy couple over here who are enjoying the ride. We have that power. You have that power. Your people have that power. Your organizations have that power. It's up to you to help them to see that and to realize that they can create that momentum and build that mindset to move forward. And that's what I help you do. Now, some days your why is going to need to come out because what happens? We have that hard day. Not just the big things, but the little things that drive us crazy and tear us down and bring us down. And we got to focus and we got to dig deep and remember our why. For me, this is my why. This is a picture of my son Brandon and I. When he was just turning 2, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had 3 things I wanted to see. I wanted to see him go to kindergarten. I wanted to see him graduate from high school. And I wanted to see him pick up his laundry. I'm still waiting on that 3rd one. Anyone with me? Anyone with me? I dropped him off at college last week. My eyes still may be puffy from the tears. But I got to see that. He was my why. He's what kept me going when I needed that push. What's your why? On those days where life seems overwhelming, where you have that change, where you have that uncertainty, what's your why? Dig deep, find it, remember it. Put a picture of him on your desk if you have to. Write yourself a note, but remember that why, because you're going to need it. You're going to need that why. And a big part of resigning is learning to let go not just of the big things, but of the little things too. This picture here is what I will see when I go home later tonight. This is what greets me every time I come back from a speaking engagement. I don't know why my husband and my children cannot put the toilet paper back on the roll. Now, they go through the effort of at least putting it on top, but they can't finish. But I've had to learn to let it go, just like you've got to learn sometimes to let things go. Getting caught in the rain last night, I had to let that go. Spilling coffee this morning, I had to let that go. Those things we can't control, we have to let go. Because by doing that, that opens up more space for the good. We're always going to have people in our life who tell us we can't do something. We're always going to have people in our life who are the drainers, people who are the fun suckers. Now, my kids will say, I'm the fun sucker. But those people that suck the energy right out of the room. Those people who were walking out earlier, right, and didn't even know they were sucking the energy out of the room. Just kidding. But we're all going to have those people. And I remember my junior year of high school, walking into my high school guidance counselor's office. I was so excited, thinking about going to college. I walked in to Miss Farmer's office. She said, I don't know why you're here. You're not college material. You'll never make it. So when I graduated from college and law school, I sent Miss Farmer an invitation to my law school graduation with a note that said, Miss Farmer, guess I made it. Now, she didn't come, but I now get to talk about her in my speeches. But we're all going to have those people. And we all have a choice to let go and ignore those who don't believe in us and who say we can't do that. That's a part of building that resilience and resigning. There are 3 types of people in life: Fillers. There's a lot of fillers in this room. Those are the people that fill you up. They make you happy. You feel good. Those people on your team that are true team players. Then there are the drainers. Anybody know any drainers in the room? If it's the person sitting next to you, don't look at them. Just blink 3 times. Drainers. Those are the people that suck the life right out of you. We all have those people. Miss Farmer was a drainer. My ex-husband, my husband, was a drainer. But we all have that choice. And then the third type of person are people who just sit there. Now, they don't offer much value. They don't really do any harm. So I just kind of let those people be. But we all have those people in our life. In closing, you all have a piece of paper in front of you. It's called Let It Go. You should have a piece of paper that says Let It Go. I want you all to think about your own life. What is one thing that you can write down that you can let go of in your life? Whether it's fears, whether it's a drainer, whether it's something that's holding you back. Write it down right now. Everybody got something? One thing. All right, now I want you to stand up. Stand up once you got yours. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take what you wrote down, and if you still are thinking, that's okay. I got to meet my 12 minutes, right? I want you to take this piece of paper, what you wrote down you're going to let go of, and I want you to wad it up. And I want you to throw it down. Throw it at each other if you need to, but throw it. It's okay. I proved it with Angela. I told her I'd pick it up at the break. Throw it down. That very act, you can sit down, that very act of letting go and releasing that allows you to move forward with the positive in your life, to focus on the good. And that's what I want you to do, to focus on the good, to let go of what you can't control. Thank you very much. I'm Kim Becking.
Kim Becking, everybody.